So you've got a lot of material from your past in your act, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who's seen my last full show, it was dominated by stories of Shropshire. You know, I sort of mentioned my teaching years as well, but it's hugely about growing up in Shropshire and about my family and my friends. And in this show has got plenty of references to people who I'm still in touch with from Shropshire and my experiences in this wonderful county. I did an interview recently with the Times, and he said, "You must be out of stories about growing up now. You must have finished." And I'm nowhere near. I've got another 3 shows on it, and every time I do a gig, someone comes out of the woodwork who I haven't seen for years. Somebody who I went to school with, who I haven't seen for 30 years, comes out and reminds me of another bizarre thing that happened.
Your poster for this tour, for the Back of Your Mum's Head tour, is that Grinsill?
It is Grinsill. Yeah, and there's a story behind that, because I called this show The Back of My Mum's Head just because we went down to the Welsh coast somewhere, me, Mum and Dad, last year. And Mum was looking out to sea whimsically, and I was looking up the beach, and I got my phone out and took a picture of my face and the back of her head, and it just made me laugh because it looked like I was standing next to a huge grey microphone. So when they said, "What are you going to call your next show?" I said, "I'll call it The Back of My Mum's Head because this picture makes me laugh." And I sent that picture in, and they said it wasn't high enough quality because it was taken on a phone. So I had to come back to Shropshire with a photographer and drag my poor mum up Grinsill to retake the back of her head, because I thought it was... They said, "Oh, we'll just get an actress." And I thought, no, it's got to be her real head.
What did she think about it?
She's furious because she was due to have her hair done the next day. She's furious. And she's on T-shirts and posters. She's on posters in London. They're sort of 50 foot long. Every time I go past one, it makes me laugh so much.
Did you always want to be a comedian?
It's absolutely all I've ever wanted to do. And I can remember the time when and it was in Wem, and it was at St Peter's Primary School, name check. And I was talking to my teacher, Mr Swan, David Swan, and I told him a joke. So I don't know how old I was. I guess I was 6 or something, or 7. I told him a joke, so it was probably some awful cracker joke that I can't remember now. But I distinctly remember him laughing, and he was probably just being sweet to me. But I remember him laughing and thinking, I quite like that sensation of making someone laugh. And yeah, since then, that's all I've ever wanted to do, really.
And so when you went into teaching drama, I guess the pupils must have loved it. I guess you brought that humour into the classroom.
Well, I met a pupil recently. I met several ex-pupils at one of my shows recently, and after she'd had about 3 glasses of wine, she said, "We used to love your classes. We had a really great laugh in your classes." And I said, "Oh, thanks very much." And then she said, "But as a teacher, you were rubbish."